What's up, everybody? What's going on? I hope all of y'all are doing fan-freaking-tastic out there. Ooh, I hate having to start off the vlog like that. I do. Ugh. I hate having to start off the vlog like that, knowing what I know. I hate having to start off the vlog like that when I have to say and talk about this. Rest in peace, Brody Lee. I found out this past Saturday night, and I found out so early that even Google didn't even have any word on it yet. I looked it up on Twitter, and sure enough, it was there, right there on AEW's Twitter feed. But man, the first time I saw Brody Lee, he was Luke Harper with the Wyatt family. And the more I started talking about, the more I started looking into the Wyatt family, the more and more Luke Harper was intriguing me. I went back and I looked at some of his early days as Big Rig Brody Lee. I saw that time when Dalton Castle interviewed him, and that was hilarious. I saw his work in Chicago when he was working those matches with Cesaro, who at the time was Claudio Castagnoli, and those matches were pretty insane. Um, but yeah, I was glad to see him go to AEW and work as the Exalted One for the Dark Order, and man, every time I was watching those Being the Elite segments with the Dark Order and seeing Brody Lee doing his thing, it was hilarious. It was awesome. But he was only 41. He was only 41. Brody, Luke, rest in peace, man. I'm gonna miss you for sure. And now somehow or another, I gotta refocus because this is supposed to be the last vlog of 2020. This is supposed to be the last upload of 2020 here on SSP. And somehow or another, I gotta use the next 27 minutes maximum to talk about an entire year that felt like an entire decade by itself. So, yeah, before I go any further though, I hope all of you have had a rather holly jolly Christmas. I hope despite everything going on, it still somehow managed to be the most wonderful time of the year. I want to thank everybody who showed up for the live stream last week. It was pretty fun, and I think that may have been the biggest Christmas week party that I've ever had. Looking forward to see if 2021 can be a little bit bigger. So yeah, I think as a whole this year's Christmas week, it went by pretty well. It went pretty successful, you know. Yeah. Now let me go ahead and address the elephant in the room, the big secret that got released Christmas Day. National Shaw's Christmas Roastcation, obviously based off of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And I didn't realize this till while I was editing this, but I kind of had some motives going into this, right? When I made the Roastasm one, the Phantasm Roast, this past Halloween, Shad, he was like marking out so hard when we was playing Cards Against Humanity, and he said that he enjoyed the he told me that he enjoyed the trailer and he just had to go back and take a look at his part. And then he commented on that Roastasm video too. But I told Shad, look, I have a present coming for you Christmas Day, but I can't tell you what it is. And the present was that video. I'm not gonna hold my breath that he is going to react to it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really am hoping that he does react to it. But that would be kind of selfish of me, you know? That particular present, it was mostly for him rather than for me. Not just for him though, I also did that for Movie Mike as well. and basically for anybody else that wanted to enjoy the flick. That may have been the biggest roast movie I ever made. I'm not just talking about time wise either. Yet it lasted almost an hour by itself. That felt like an actual movie. I might actually have to watch that by itself as its own Christmas special next year. So, yeah, now, one motive I did have going into it though was that I didn't realize it at the time, but um, Shad was actually halfway responsible for the start of my reaction channel. If some of you remember, back in 2016, when I launched my reaction channel, it was for the roast of Rashad the Reactor by I'm Dante. And when I looked at the second roast, it was a voiceover. So I said, you know what? Let me challenge myself. Let me see if I can be the one to roast Shad better than Dante. So one thing I looked at was a time thing, you know. Shad, when Dante roasted Shad, that clip lasted approximately, I want to say it was around the 6 minute, 10-second mark. And my scene of roasting Shad, it went double that, plus a diss track. So hopefully I did it justice. Alright. Um, but yeah. I also had a little bit of help going into it as well. I don't want to say a little help, I want to say a lot of help went into making this flick. Besides me, there was like 11 people to help produce this thing. Of course, I had 3 different cameramen. There was Brady Collins, Shane McCarty, who was playing the grandpa in the Phantasm one. He played Santa. Let's see here. Cameraman Brady, Shane. Okay. The scene with the inflatables, somebody gave me permission, so that was 6 people right there. Then there was the party guest, including Push X to Start, Devon Graham, Humanoid Freak, and Princess Catherine. And then there was Suspect. So the cast and there was 11 people on the cast and crew of this motion picture. 11 different people. That was definitely the biggest cast of one of these things I've ever had. So, yeah, I want to thank everybody involved with this project. Thank you so much for that. So, yeah. Moving on now. Looking forward, I think I've got, like, I want to see if I can possibly do one more roast movie before we get to the 6th anniversary. I'm not going to hold my breath. But now it's like an awkward timing situation because the next roast is the 13th roast. And I'm pretty sure some of you horror fans have heard that saying, oh Lord, James about to do a 13 roast. And I'm very seriously considering that. I'm very seriously considering that. Only issue is, one, I wouldn't know how I would set that up. And 2, I'm looking at something for August. I'm considering doing a sequel to my Jason Voorhees Friday the 13th roast that I did on D6. Not going to say Sickes is going to be the target again, but unfortunately, the next Friday the 13th, it doesn't happen to be till August. So, I don't think I want to wait all the way till August, but I guess it is what it is. So, I guess we're just going to play 2021 with whatever happens. Alright. So, yeah. This year we lost a lot of good people here for SSP. We lost Trevor. We lost Maxine. We lost Eddie. We lost Dylan. Every single one of them will be missed. And I'm pretty sure that everybody can agree with me when I say that 2020 felt like a parallel universe. It felt like there was nothing off limits this year. This year was just insane. On a scale from 1 to 10, it went off the charts. Whether it went below 0 or like went over 10, this year it felt like it was unrankable. This year played personal. This year it got personal. From a mentality standpoint, from a spiritual and mental standpoint, this year felt like uh, this year it felt like I needed to fall down as hard as I could so I could stand up higher than I ever have before. For me personally, this felt like the year to live. This year offered lessons learned the hard way. And it's because of those lessons that I can say that I'm leaving 2020 not the same way I entered. I'm not leaving 2020 the same way I entered. And I think it was kind of a bit of an omen how I ended 2019 with the flu. But yeah, one of the lessons I learned the hard way this year was that there's definitely bigger things to worry about than dislikes. And I'm pretty sure a lot of viewers out there are yelling at the screen, duh! But this year I needed to learn how to control my own narrative. One person told me, oh, controlling the narrative is like covering the sun with your thumb, trying to cover the real truth. Well, tell me what that real truth is. You can't. I'm sorry, but there's just some people out there right now, and yes, I'm talking about the dislikes again, blah, blah, blah. I don't even care anymore. I don't even care anymore. I had to convince myself that I'm still living my life. Okay, I still got a life to live. That button is all it is. It's just a button. YouTube is about videos. It's not about buttons. It's about what you see. And to be honest, looking at the audience retention, there was a major spike at the 0 minute 0 second mark. That major spike is all of those dislikes coming. So no, they do not watch me. They just click on, press the button, and leave. If any of those accounts actually traveled forth into this part of the video, I will be surprised, and I'm not going to hold my breath that I'm going to see somebody in the comment section disputing with these arguments. I've learned this year that I'm going to use those dislikes to my advantage. It's not likely that I'm ever going to have another upload with more likes and dislikes ever again. It's not likely. I'm honestly surprised that it's lasted this long. Somebody said, oh, the more you talk about it, it's going to go away. No, nothing makes it go away. Nothing makes it go away. Nothing will make it go away. Ignoring it won't make it go away. It's just there by default. And I can tell that multiple accounts are being used because the YouTube system removes likes and dislikes if multiple accounts are used. Because twice this week, as I was watching the analytics, I saw it go up to 26 and then drop down to 24. Then I saw it jump up to 30, then go down to 28. This past Thanksgiving weekend, I saw it go all the way up to 45 and then somehow or another drop all the way down to 30. Explain that. I'm not sure if I'm not sure what's going to make this rivalry end. I'm not sure if it can end. But whatever, I'm going to use those dislikes to my advantage. I already did once this year, and that idea was incredibly genius. Some of you know what I'm talking about. I played you all. If they control me, I control them. And if they get butthurt about it, that's their fault. One of these days, I'm gonna give it all the shoot details about what I'm talking about right there. Some of you know what I'm talking about already. But yeah, this year though, it did have some good moments to it. Moments that I never thought would happen. Moments that can be unforgettable. Right? Um, like I said, this was the year to live. Right? And 2020, this was the year that I did go to Beach Mountain, so wow, that was this past January. That's how long this year's been. So, 2020 had my first kiss. 2020 was the year I finally figured out how to ride a bike. 2020 was the year I felt like an uncle for the first time. 2020 was the year I conquered my fear of singing. 2020 was the year I got to play Cards Against Humanity. Thank you, Humanoid Freak. 2020 was the year I got to have a cinematic match. 2020 was the year that I was able to break my record of subscribers gained in a year. There was something else on that too, but I can't remember. But yeah, 2020 was the year to live. You know that saying, you don't know what you got until it's gone? This year was a prime example of that. I hope all of us are going into 2021 being a lot more thankful, showing a lot more gratitude to each other, being a lot more grateful. Yeah, I hope that's what we get from 2021. A lot of us to focus on our souls and our spirits, you know. This past April, when I made that Never Too Late video, that's how dark this video got. That's how dark this year has gotten for me. This year had gotten so dark for me that I was indeed contemplating suicide, okay? Because it felt like 2013 all over again. And 2013 was the worst year of my entire life. And somehow or another, 2020, as bad as it was, it didn't feel as bad as 2013. So 2020, it was still better than 2013, in my opinion. Because 2013, that was the year that my grandfather died and my life made an unexpected change for the worse. And I really hate being ashamed to talk about this, but I'm not going to cry about it this time because it is what it is. Yeah, yes, I'll admit, 2020 got so bad that I broke my addiction, okay? Yes, I went back to it, and some of you know what I'm talking about. I feel ashamed talking about that. I'm supposed to be bigger than that. But yeah, it's it's going to be easier to break the second time. Y'all just pray for me, okay? Y'all just pray for me. So, I know one thing coming in 2021 is I'm definitely moving. I've been talking about it for months, but I had no idea when it was going to happen. It felt like every time I had a certain date in mind, something would come up. It was like something that was keeping me here for something, and I think I know what that something is now. I'm moving in February. Okay? I'm moving in February. I think it's the 17th. I could be wrong. It could be the 17th or the 18th. But in February, my church is having a lock-in. Alright? And that lock-in is going to be doubling as my farewell party. So, come February, I'm not going to be here locally anymore. Hopefully everything works out for the best. We'll see what happens. But now, as far as my 2021 streaming schedule goes, I hope I don't regret saying this, but you know what? I'm going to do monthly again. Yeah, I'm going to do monthly again, and the next stream is going to come, once again, the Monday before the Royal Rumble. This year, the Monday before the Royal Rumble lands on January the 25th. So, January 25th, 4 p.m. Eastern, mark your calendars, I'm going live that day. Alright? And now, for that major announcement. What was the major announcement I had every intention of making last week? I was making so rather merry last week that I completely forgot to mention it. This might be an unpopular opinion to some. This may be an unpopular choice to some people, but that's just their opinion. I have brought back my Discord. However, there's different rules this time. It's under different management this time. It's being run differently this time. The reason why I disabled the first Discord was because I was getting abused in there. I was getting mentally abused in there. One person said that I was getting trolled and I couldn't handle it. Maybe he's right, but when he says it like that, it sounds like he has every right to troll me. And yes, people do have every right to troll me. It's the freaking internet. But does that mean that I'm supposed to just sit there and take it? Is it? I have every right to stand up for myself, don't I? Whether I'm right or I'm wrong, do I have any right to stand up for myself? I'm entitled to my rights, okay? I'm entitled to my narrative. That's the only thing I'm entitled to. I'm entitled to my own life. And if I think for a second that there's people out there that wants to be toxic to me, people that want to abuse me mentally, I have every single right to block them out of my life. Jim Carrey once said it himself, just because you lost me as a friend doesn't mean you gained me as an enemy. I still want to see you eat, just not at my table. So, due to those issues, and due to me not knowing that much about the Discord system anyway, I had to go ahead and just delete that entire server. And yes, I did bring it back a little bit after that, but for the past few months, it's been kept a secret though, right? Right now, there's about 12 or 13 people in there besides myself. And it's under different rules this time. I'm not just going to give out my I'm not just going to give out my Discord link all willy-nilly. I'm going to be making certain conditions about how people can get into this. And the only way you can get into the Discord is if you follow the instructions. The main point about how you can get into the Discord is to make me believe that I can trust you. I need to know deep in my heart of hearts that I can trust you. And if I can't trust you, then I can't put you in my Discord. Okay? That's just a simple fact of it. Prove to me that I can trust you. Alright? So, that's it. I'm not going to be putting the link in the description for the Discord. I'm not. If you wanted the Discord, tell me you want in the Discord, and I might let you in. But you know what? I can tell you right now that the Discord right now, it's a lot better than the first one. And originally I was thinking about just walking away from Discord altogether, but no. I'm glad I didn't, because if I was to stop using that Discord, I figured it was gonna still have its uses. All right, it was still gonna have its uses, because it was because of Discord that I was able to um it was because of Discord that I was able to play Cards Against Humanity. All right, and this Discord, it is helping me out a lot. If I was to stop using that Discord, I would have not gotten my fan art, the one that's being used for my profile picture right now. So yeah, Discord, it still has its pros and cons. Yeah, but right now I eliminated a lot of the cons. I had to cut the fat off, if that's the right term for it. So yeah, hopefully I did my part to make my Discord enjoyable for me and me alone. Alright, so yeah, I guess that about wraps it up then. I'll see you all in 2021. And yeah, this year one of my goals was to work at least 3 different wrestling promotions. And unfortunately, I've only worked at 2. I got to debut at CMWE, and I got to work for CPW. However, I was also a referee in North Carolina, and I was also able to do my own cinematic matches. This year, as far as being a YouTuber that goes, I think that I definitely busted my keister for this. Yeah, so 2020, despite you being as horrendous and ugly as you were, I still respect you. 2020, I salute you for helping me become the person I needed to be. I got a lot of learning left to do, but I'm leaving 2020 a different person. So yeah, 2020, I salute you. You're never going to be forgotten. That's for sure. And I hope all of you remember to be outrageously optimistic year round, no matter what the year is. Booyah. I'm out. I love you all. Bye bye. So long. And here comes my hug. Bye.